We're ready to get started again. For our open mic, we have 4 people who have signed up tonight. If you'd still like to sign up, that is also possible. Every month we have a question of the day, and today's question is, what is a favorite novel you've read recently? So we'll be getting into that in a second, but first, an announcement about the Redmond Association of Spoken Word. This is Michael Hebner, president of RASP.
Thank you, Michael. We meet the last Friday of every month over at the old Redmond Schoolhouse. We have moved upstairs to a nice carpeted room, which is a little warmer for the winter time, and we're really enjoying ourselves. So I encourage you, I invite you. My personal invitation is to join us next Friday night, starting at 7 o'clock. Come a little early and talk to us and spread some cheer, and then we'll have come on. Featured reader is Wendy and Joe Waman. I'll give you a brief thing. Well, maybe I won't. It went away. New phone. Yeah. Author and illustrator of children's books, Don't Lick the Dog, and A Cat Like That. And illustrators of Snowboy 123. They're coming to read the books. 2010 Bank Street Best Children's Book of the Year, starred for outstanding merit. And Wendy worked as a staff artist of the Post-Intelligencer, and she's had illustrations in a lot of publications. And Joe publishes both fiction and non-fiction. So be sure and join us. My personal invitation is to come and talk to me if you need more information. And we do have an open mic.
Thank you. And RASP features poets, fiction writers, nonfiction, big mix of things, and so they're doing some children's books, and I think there's also some guitar playing that's going to happen. So it should be an interesting time. And here at SoulFood, our readers next month will be William Scott Galasso and Nancy Dahlberg. So please come back on the 3rd Thursday of the month. So for February, please come back for that. And tell your friends, because we need more people here, I think. And your enemies, and your enemies. So our first reader in the open mic has listed a favorite novel, Deep Spirit by Christian De Quincey. The problem with this sort of question is you keep hearing of these good novels that you don't have time to read, but maybe we'll get around to that. So our first reader is Mitch Kalish.
Thank you. This is from the dance, poetry, and music performance piece, Law of Life, that was performed on Earth Day. And this is the title piece, Life Story Dream Song. This is a story. In the story, there is a forest. In the forest, echoes of laughter ricochet off giant tree canopy leaves that melt into calls of rainbow-colored birds. This is when the world was whole. Life grows everywhere. Dreams are eaten, and we become monkey, bird, yam people. Herb doctor talks to plants who whisper healing secrets in return. Babies and elders pause in repose, watching liquid sunset tribal love dance. This is a story of the way it has always been, where anger and screams and children crying are sounds as unknown as bulldozers and chainsaws were, until their dissonant music came with crashing trees and ravaged earth. But this is a story of the before time. Close your eyes and disharmony is disentangled. This is the dream time, the time that lives in your smile and your passion. This is the story of your ancestors, of all our ancestors, living stories set on different stages. Tundra, desert, mountain, seashore, Europe, Africa, America, Asia, Australia. This is all our stories, yours and mine and his and hers. It is the hearth fire of who we are and must not forget to remember to become again. This is night flying owl dancing with moon. This is waterfall lullaby, frog hopping melody. This is thunderstorm clouds dancing tree leaf rapture. This is grass bending gently, curving sloping canyons. This is sunlight tendering newborn seeds, sun kissing, sprouting flower unfolding, soil ripe with promises of perfusion. This is your outstretched hand. This is the keening wind, the swaying tree branch. This is wild wolf howling, passing into landscapes of no separation between anything, only a kaleidoscopic pattern of movement and wholeness. Life, story, dream, song. This is your life, life, story, dream, song. This is your dream, life, story, dream, song. This is your song.
Thank you very much. All right, up next, the favorite novel read recently by Arya is Homer and what was the other one? Okay, Homer and Just Leave It. Alrighty. So up next, Arya.
So, this is my first time being up here, and it was actually pretty random because I was studying here. Then I heard that this happened to be poetry night, so I randomly chose my favorite poet, and which is Rumi. So I'm gonna read one poet in English and one poet in his own native language, in his own version. And before I start, I just want to go on a limb and say, does anyone in this room understand Persian at all? You do? Oh, okay. In that In that case, I'll just say it in English. That's good. Cause then it's gonna be so much pressure. But no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But it's okay. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Um. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. I'm gonna start. Why think thus, O men of piety? I have returned to sobriety. I am neither a Muslim nor a Hindu. I am not Christian, Zoroastrian, nor Jew. I am neither of the West nor the East, not of the ocean nor an earthly beast. I am neither a natural wonder nor from the stars yonder. Neither flesh of dust, nor wind aspire, nor water in veins, nor made of fire. I am neither an earthly carpet, nor gems terrestrial, nor am I confined to creation, nor the thrones celestial. Not of ancient promises, nor a future prophecy, not of hellish anguish, nor of parasitic ecstasy. Neither the progeny of Adam, nor Eve, nor of the world of heavenly make-believe. My place is the no place. My image is without face. neither of body nor the soul. I am of the divine whole. I eliminated duality with joyous laughter, saw the unity of here and thereafter. Unity is what I sing, unity is what I speak, unity is what I know, and unity is what I seek. Intoxicated from the chalice of love, I have lost both worlds, below and above. Soul destiny that comes to me, licentious mendicity. In my whole life, even if one forgot his name, even perchance, for that hour spent, for such moment, I'd give my life and thus repent. Beloved Master Shamsi Tabrizi, in this world with love, I am so drunk. The path of love isn't easy. I am shipwrecked and must be sunk. And that's it. Huh? Oh man, well, I would like someone else to try, like, cause I'm. I'm okay. I'm okay. I have to I haven't memorized it properly, but it's okay. Next time.
Thank you. It's good to hear Rumi. And when we started Soul Food 7 years ago, no one read from their iPhones or iPads and so on. It's great to see that now. You can have your entire library of poetry with you if you wanted to. Thank you. I'd like to read something of mine. This is called Philosophy Test, and it's in the form of haibun, which is prose mixed with haiku, and this particular one has 3 paragraphs, each followed with a haiku. Philosophy Test. I forget her name now, though I think it started with a C. We both sat in the back row, she in the left corner, me in the middle. I forget the teacher's name too, but remember the subject, Western philosophy. A robin's song. She turns in her midterm just before me. The news ripples through the dorms after the weekend. Heading home on Friday night, she crossed the center line. She was by herself. They said it was instant. Dorm fireplace. Someone asks if God really exists. At class again on Monday, the teacher repeats the news. A few gasps. For those not on campus, it's the first they've heard. The professor hands back all our midterms, tells us that she got a C. Sorry if this is hard to read, he says she wrote, but my pen was running out of ink. I turn to the last page to see my test score. The corner seat empty. Our next reader, thank you. That was a downer, wasn't it? Sorry, I hadn't read that in a long time. It is a downer. True story. Our next reader's favorite recently read novel is Hunger Games, not a book I've read yet. And it's our next reader is Elizabeth Carroll Hayden. Thank you.
My father's Uncle Harry. The wide-lipped young man, picture on my grandmother's dresser, haunts the last thoughts of of my father as he lay dying. What was that bullet that reached out and achieved both silence and questions and left the dark-eyed man buried at the feet of his mother? The depression was more than a time, and the letters left wrapped in white string, stacked in boxes, compelled me to find those truths that validated our connection in an attempt to write misery into calmness. The internet connects us to places our grandparents vanquished and hid. When we got older, it was easier to ignore their hopes that answers would stay shadowed because everything is a chronicle of our story. I know where, I know when, I know how, but not the why. Instead of staying open, the why moved sideways and is left buried with the worms.
Thank you very much. Good to see you here again. And now we still have lots of room on the sheet, but for now, our last reader, unless someone else wants to come up and read, Mr. Michael Hebner, whose Selznick's Folly is your favorite recently read novel. So thank you for agreeing to read.
Selznick's Folly is, of course, Gone with the Wind, so. This, come on, hello. Sometimes these wonderful devices are a little bit pesky. Early in my career, I was a daily newspaper reporter working out of Moses Lake, and I lived in Ephrata. And 35 years later, the town forced its way back into my consciousness. So I call the poem Desert Moon. Dry lightning above the mesa. Its echo echoes thunder. Clouds lens the flashes, and we afraid to look. Reflected in this tiny pool of life in the dry heat. Shadows of the moon frame the trailer park. Coyotes run from trains, whistles howling in fear of night. And always the moon, placid, pale, protects the history. The wagon wheel people, transplanted to desert lands. Bringers of water, flooded the arid cemetery of sagebrush. The neon bleeds as sand drifts across the railway. Buries the trailers, isolating the moon from howls of progress. Thank you.
We have time for our two featured readers to each read one more poem each. So while they're fishing that out, since I've just sprung that on them, I'll read you another haibun. This ends with one paragraph with one haiku at the end. It's called The Logical Toilet. It has occurred to me that if women complain about men always leaving the toilet seats up, isn't it nearly as illogical for women to leave them down? I think it was men who said that. As a result, years ago, I decided for myself that the thing to do to be on my best behavior would be always to lower the seat and lid. After all, if the lid is up, the toilet bowl is unsightly. So lid and seat down is not only a neutral stance, but clearly more aesthetically pleasing. And that's what I've been teaching my children, albeit with mixed results. To me, it's one of those little things one learns to do properly, like loading toilet paper so it rolls out from the top. Indeed, the patterns are printed on the outsides because manufacturers know rolling off the top is the correct way. And hotel housekeepers always fold their blessed little points on toilet paper ends with the toilet paper rolling off the top. In his book, In Praise of Shadows, Junichiro Tanizaki notes of the Japanese toilet that here, I suspect, is where haiku poets over the ages have come by a great many of their ideas. Half a moon through the outhouse window, light just enough to read. Tim Kelly.
Thank you, Michael. This is called Does Enough Happen? Gnats spin down, pricking the tensed emerald lens of this tarn. For the hour, trout strike, flashing, and weave away. All this water's parted day by day from sky, now tilting so suddenly and unreasonably clear. The few winnowed clouds maneuver, gilt by the sun in decline. Why is it so hard to hold the mind still? At one end, the outlet tips glassy over a length of log, begins its effortless ratcheting fall from one conclusion to the next.
This is called Prayer Animals. Pray to the sloth, the naked pig, the foul-mouthed chimpanzee. Look in the mirror and remember humility. Pray to the bull for his cock. Pray to the cock for his crow. Pray to the crow and the black cloud of his brothers scudding across the winter sky. Pray to the neighbor's dog who finally learned to live on a chain. Pray to the rat in the attic, rummaging through our handwritten sins and Christmas ornaments. And pray to the pink flamingo who migrated north to a snowdrift. When you're that fabulously wrong and lost and cold, pray to be exotic. Pray to be shocking and irresistible. Thank you.
Thank you for your irresistible poetry. And for you, Tim, thank you all for coming tonight. I'll close by reading again the William Stafford poem, I Am Happy. Now has come an easy time, I let it roll. There is a lake somewhere so blue and far nobody owns it. A wind comes by and a willow listens gracefully. I hear all this every summer. I laugh and cry for every turn of the world, its terrible, cold, innocent spin. That lake stays blue and free. It goes on and on.